I sleep with men for money, and when I first started, I had a manager at an establishment. The whole point of these places is that they're meant to keep you safe. They're meant to have like CCTV and alarms in the rooms and like a manager that's like watching and screening the clients and security. But I've never felt so unsafe. The straw that broke the camel's back for me was when I went into work one day and there were no other ladies there, which is not unusual. They really struggled to get and keep workers. So it was just me and the manager. And I walk in to the ladies' room. And I walk in my undergarments because that's typically what you wear in these sorts of places. And there's a male in the ladies' room. Turns out he was a maintenance person. But the establishments always did this. They'd never warn us if there was another person on the property. Just because I consent for the other ladies and the potential clients to see me in my undergarments doesn't mean I want everyone to see it. I'm not out here to give a free show. It really pissed me off that they didn't understand the most basics of consent. But anyway, finally a client comes in, we go into the room, we're doing our thing. And I'm looking over the client's back and I just see this head kind of poking out through the door. I don't get to see it very clearly, he's kind of just like peeking. And I scream at him to get out. He runs off, and I turn to my client. Thankfully, my client thought it was hilarious, and we keep going. After the booking, I go up to the manager, and because I hadn't heard anyone else come in at this time, I'm assuming, well, it wasn't my client because my client was with me. It must have been the male maintenance person. And I go up to the manager, and I'm like, you really need to, A, tell us when these people are here, and B, keep a much better eye on them because that maintenance person was just peeking in on me. And she went off her head. Turns out that maintenance person was her husband. Why she didn't introduce him to me as her husband, I don't know. But anyway, they go into another room. They have a little argument. I just go off to the other room. I did not want to be a part of that. She comes back in later and she's like, don't worry, it wasn't my husband. And she's like kind of mad at me for accusing him. And I'm like, okay, well, someone was looking into my room. And she said, oh, it was another client. Just then, another lady walks out. Turns out, while I was in the booking, another lady had arrived to start her shift that was not meant to be there that day. And she had started a booking, and halfway through her booking, her client had wandered out trying to find the bathroom, ended up peeking in my room, and then went back to her. So she had no idea that this happened. She just thought he went to the bathroom. So the manager then yells and screams at her for not controlling her client, when in fact it's the manager's job to be sitting there watching the CCTV and making sure that no one is wandering around the halls. Yes, it would have been good for this worker to have a little bit more sense, and usually you don't leave the clients alone. But ultimately, that is the job of the manager. That is why we give them 50% of our money, is to keep us safe. So she got mad at this worker, and then she got mad at me for accusing her husband. I didn't even know it was her husband. And I realized I am not safer in these places. I'm just giving them half of my money for what felt like no reason. These places, some people do have benefit from, but not for me.